Hello and welcome to Up the Villa podcast. If you're new to our channel, subscribe. We are really close to 5,000 subscribers, so just click that button for us. We've had quite a few Liverpool fans subscribe as well. They've been watching our content, so I guess there's going to be a few of you that's watching this, so you may as well click subscribe as well. So, all four of us on this screen, by the way, are part of Up the Villa podcast football team who are going to be playing at Villa Park next year for a one-off game. I'm absolutely buzzing to be playing on Villa Park, just like everybody. So delighted we've got Kay back on. He's going to be the engine in that squad as well. And yes, I'm free out of COVID isolation. Thank God for that. Football managers took a proper battering from me. I guided Villa to a Europa League campaign and I've just got us into the Champions League. So I absolutely smashed it on that front. But I've proper missed being at them, not being at them games. You know, it's been horrible watching from my living room, but it's been good that we've had two really good performances. We played well against Man City and then we got the win against Leicester. So, Kay, what did you make of Leicester?
I think it was a spirited performance for sure in that second half. I'm not going to lie to you. The way that we're starting so slow in these matches is worrying me a little bit. But as Stevie G said, gave them some home truths at halftime team talk. And they came out all guns blazing. I think on the kind of, all the chances created, we deserved the win, to be honest. But a shame Ramsey's goal got chalked off. That was obviously absolutely diabolical, as Alan Hansen would say. But I think that the second half, we showed grit, determination to come back from 1-0 down, which is not what we're used to, is a good habit to start. And I think that everyone put in 100%, especially in that second half, everyone from the goalkeeper all the way through to the back four who were absolutely solid. Marvellous was again marvellous. He's getting more marvellous with every match that we see. And then McGinn was just running the show in the midfield. He was a true engine. Ollie Watkins holding the ball up really well, just like he did in the Man City game. And I think that we really deserved it, to be honest with you. I think Leicester were there for the taking. I had a feeling we were going to beat them. I know everyone's talking about this record they have against us at Villa Park, like a lot of teams have done in the past, but there's just something about this Leicester team. They're not really clicking. They're not gelling. Ever since Tielemans has been injured and a few key players, they haven't really been firing, and they were there for the taking on Sunday. And I'm glad that we managed to get the 3 points. Deserved it. 9 points out of 12. Great start from Stevie G and his Claret and Blue Army.
So we have got to pick up on one point with you, Kate, because for every time you've been on this podcast, you have banged the drum of your man, Marvellous Nakamba. So how do you feel now that he's turned into Prime Kante?
Well, N'Golo Nakamba. That's what I'm calling him now. I think he's come leaps and bounds. It just goes to show, doesn't it, that players do need some time to settle into the Premier League. And I don't know if it is... I don't think it's just Stevie G coming in. I think it's a combination where he's come in at the time where it's clicking for him as well. And it's just all working now. I mean, he's everywhere. He's tackling is absolutely phenomenal. I'm seeing him because he's so little, right? And he's nippy. He's like a little Jack Russell at your feet. And he's coming in. He's always like sticking a leg round the side to poke the ball the other way and then nicking it off you. And he's just brilliant. And he's passing with intent now. He's absolutely starting the move.
I think there was one moment when he made that through ball, didn't he, to Watkins?
Yeah.
And, this Nakamba for Villa, ever since he's played for Villa, he hasn't been able to pass the ball to a Villa player, has he? And now he's getting the ball, he's putting through balls in. I think it's an absolute revelation, Nakamba.
It's the confidence he's got as well. And again, the confidence to pass forward. He's not passing backwards unless he needs to. And what I'm really impressed with is that he's doing really quick give and goes. He wasn't doing that before, like pass it, receive it, and then lay it off. And that's just brilliant to see. Now, I know that it's only been against the likes of Brighton, Palace, and an average Leicester team in terms of form. But, he played well against Man City as well. And it'll be interesting to see what he's like on Saturday.
I think I would say as well, though, a lot of those teams do press quite well, and he's playing well against teams that are pressing on him. So I'm really impressed with Nakamba. Ryan, what were your thoughts on Leicester? Obviously, you've been back down Villa Park having COVID. Gave me COVID, didn't you? And then now he's going on his holidays. He's going to New York, so he's leaving me and Justin to mop up after him.
We tagged in and out, didn't we, the old COVID? But we're back to full fitness now, we might back down that pub, back down the game, and you've missed two good ones, man. Another top performance on the Villa, like Kai said, second half we were brilliant. I thought the atmosphere in the whole end, there's a good vibe down Villa Park. All four corners of the ground singing again, so that's good. You can just feel the energy inside the stadium, which there's no better place to be when it's like that. I just thought there was a lot of positives, like you've touched on there. Midfield, McGinn, Nakamba, brilliant. I think the fitness is improving game on game. I feel like we're getting better. I feel like every player's getting better individually as well. Their performances, they're going up a level and backing up the last game. Set pieces, Danny Murphy. We are scoring nearly every game at the minute. Fantastic. There was someone posted
league leaders as well in set pieces, 6 goals.
Not surprised. The routines that we're coming up with at the minute are working, and we're benefiting well off it, and we can grab goals like that, and goals are coming from all over the pitch at the minute. Konza's getting braces, and next thing you know, Douglas Luiz will be scoring. So it's good. It's we're starting to see Gerrard's personality on the pitch as well, which I'm quite liking. And just like you said, man, big shout out to Nakamba. He has been class, lads. He's really been brilliant. And I think it's just the confidence and the love that he's getting, and he feels part of the team. And it's amazing once that player gets the confidence, mate, the performances can go 50%, can't it? It's unreal. So he for me is the first name on the team sheet at the minute.
Definitely. I mean, there's a few things that I'm really impressed with at the minute. Number one, Gerrard is not afraid to change the lineup. He put Ramsey out wide, didn't he? The midfield is changing the midfield. I'm loving that we're playing 4 at the back, and we're sort of playing with wing backs. Cash and whoever's on the left, whether it's Target or Young, are bombing on. I think that's brilliant. Game management, when we went 2-1 up against Leicester, everybody came back into shape, so you didn't see Cash going forward as much. I think the game management from him is tremendous, and I just think what I want to say is that whenever we sign a footballer, they always come out and say it's a big club, one of the biggest clubs in England, blah blah blah, and it always feels like it's been read off a script. But I think what Gerrard's done is he's come in and he knows how to win. And he's going to morph these players into winners and make them 100% believe that they do play for a big club, and we should be winning every single game that we go into. Well, try and win every game that we go into. And I think that mentality to change that for the players is absolutely crucial. And for a guy that's going to be telling them players, you can go out and beat Man City, you can go out and beat Liverpool. It's brilliant. Justin?
Yeah, I think when we changed the manager, I think I said it on here that what I wanted was a manager to come in that was not bigger than the club, but what could take the club on its shoulders and take the weight of the club. And you feel like that's what Gerrard can do, because although there ain't many clubs that you can come to Villa that from where he's come from, obviously Liverpool, that are bigger than Villa, and you can't deny that Liverpool are a huge club, worldwide football club. So he's come to Villa knowing what a big club's all about. So I think he's, the last sort of managers that did that were Big Ron. He just waltzed into Villa Park like he owned the place. And I'm not saying Gerrard's got that attitude or he's not big-headed. You just know that he gets the club. There was a great interview with him before the game that he did with Jamie Carragher, and the things he was saying, waltzing around, looking at, he said, look at the place, look how big this club is, look how prepared it is. And all it needed was the right man in charge, and he just everything about him seems like he's the right man, doesn't he? He's the way he's on the touchline. I'm still looking at him on the touchline thinking, I can't believe he's our manager. The way he holds himself, the way he deals with the press, the way he talks, what he wants out of the players, that little, I don't think he was particularly digging anyone out after the game when he said there's one or two that aren't
buying into it. And I think it was just a gentle reminder for anybody in that squad that you're either in it with me and the club, or just you're not going to be in it. You know, that you either buy into it or you leave. That's the way it's got to be, and that's got to be the way we progress now, because the next level, the next step up is the biggest step up we're ever going to make. You know, from a mid-table Premier League team to challenging for the top 6 places, it's the biggest step in football. You know, coming up from the Championship was tough, but going into that next level is really difficult. So you need somebody that can take us there. And it just, the aura of Gerrard, you feel like that it's not beyond him to take us into that top 6 and top 4. That's what he's here to do, and he looked very focused, very driven. And I think you just got to look at, like, you know, Nakamba. We're talking about Nakamba, the way he's bought into it, and the way he's flourishing under Gerrard. He obviously loves having him around. What he's giving on the training ground, and his performances are sort of just unbelievable. You know, he should change his name to Phenomenal Nakamba. I don't know about really marvellous Nakamba, because his level's gone up, hasn't it now? You know, I'm just buzzing. I know we've said it a few times in the very short time he's been here, but everything just points towards just becoming a very solid, very hard to beat, very good Premier League team, and that's all we can ask for really in the short term.
He's almost got like an air of like a young Conte, like that. He commands excellence. He's just got winning in his blood. He just strives for that perfection and demands that extra 10% out of the players. He just seems to command that respect, and I think he's got an air about him, which is what we need. And he's the Hollywood signing that Villa needed, right? He's like a Hollywood signing. He's
the figurehead, isn't he?
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. We needed that figurehead. Dino's brilliant, and you know, I won't ever say a bad word about Dino, but what we needed was a figurehead. We needed somebody to attach, to hold on to, and we had that a bit with Jack, because he was our figure that everybody held on to. It was like, oh, Jack's going to take us there. But I think for me, it's more important for the managers to have that role rather than a player, because I think we attached far too much onto Jack, and I think it was all about Jack, wasn't it? And when he wasn't there, it became very difficult for the team and for the club and for the fans to sort of, we all got a bit jittery, and that's why results were never as good when Jack wasn't in the team. So to have a manager as that figurehead and the bloke that we can all attach to, it takes the pressure, if anything, off the playing staff, and they can just concentrate on doing the stuff on the pitch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, spot on. So it is Liverpool next. Gerrard v Klopp then. The media are going to be all over it this week. But again, something I love about Gerrard after the game, the reporter was like, will there be any sentiment about going back to Anfield, going back to Liverpool? And he's just put, no, none. He's going there to try and beat Liverpool. And I absolutely love that. You know, yeah, fair enough. Give him a little bit of a wave, whatever. But no Houllier, no tapping the Anfield sign, like straight in that Villa dugout, and you know, try and get something from the game. I think Liverpool, they're fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Salah, you know, was it 6th best player in the world he got? I think that Ballon d'Or vote was a bit of a joke. You know, his quality side. It's going to be very, very difficult. But from what we saw against Man City, we'll have a game plan. We'll try and implement it. We'll go there. We'll try and win that game. We'll try and, like we've done with every team, let them know that they've played Aston Villa. And hopefully, I think the start's going to be crucial. I know Kay said earlier that, you know, that was his worry that we've started games. So I think you can't start slow against the top teams. I think, you know, Man City nearly blew us away early on, didn't they? But so that's good. That's going to be important that we get off to a good start. So, Kay, what are your thoughts on Liverpool then?
Yeah. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of media attention onto the prodigal son returning back to his original home. But I think that we're coming off the back of a great win, great comeback. We've got a lot of confidence and momentum is with us. This is the worst time to play Liverpool at Anfield when they're all guns blazing. I mean, this isn't the Liverpool that we beat 7-2 last season. They've definitely sorted their engine out. And Klopp's got them firing all cylinders. Like I said, I'm concerned about the slow start because we started slow against Palace as well. and I'm just a bit worried about that. So hopefully we don't come out sloppy and we retain the ball as much as possible. I think they play wide a lot, obviously, with their fullbacks, and then you've obviously got Salah and Mane on the wings as well. Whereas I think we're going to go very compact and narrow. I think we're going to try and go through the middle. I think that's where we're going to get a bit more joy. I think that having Nakamba there at the base with McGinn and either Ramsey or Luiz, I really like the way that we played against Brighton, actually. We were really compact. We were going quite narrow, and we were getting some joy to penetrate through. And I think if we can stop Thiago trying to dictate the play, because he's definitely coming into form now. He's definitely the player that they originally signed. He's finally showing his class. If we can stop him, then we've got a bit more of a chance of getting more possession, because we're just going to nullify when they try and go wide. So yeah, we'll see. I don't like to predict too much when we're playing teams away that are so good, but I just hope that we show a spirited performance and we do a lot better than we have done recently.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough game, isn't it? It's going to be a real tough game. Trent, I think, he's quality as well. He's one of my favourite players as well, to be fair, Trent. I really think he's quality. Ryan?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's no pressure on us, so that could make us a very dangerous team. I feel like it's another chance for us to test ourselves against a world-class opposition, and Liverpool are that, to be fair. Mo Salah and Jota. Salah's got 13 Premier League goals. Jota got 8. I've had them two in my dream team. Captain Salah, vice captain Jota, and them two have kept me alive all season. I think I'm about in the top 40 now of our league, which it's got 500, so ain't doing too bad. And Trent's in my team as well, so I won't be triple captaining Salah this weekend anyway. So yeah, I can take 0 points this weekend as a hit. But yeah, I watched Liverpool against Wolves at the weekend, and when Origi scored that goal, it just brought back all the vibes of when Liverpool done us at Villa Park and they won 2-1. And
yeah,
I think it was like the 87th minute. Was it Robinson?
Andy Robertson, wasn't it? Robertson at the far post.
Yeah, and I come out of Villa Park thinking, you know what, Liverpool are going to win the league, and I just got them same vibes again when they beat Wolves. They do look so good. They play rock and roll football. It's back. Klopp. I'm a big admirer of Klopp, but we can go there and have a good go at them. Obviously, like you say, the media is going to be all over Gerrard's return. He will get a hero's welcome. He's an absolute legend at Liverpool, but Gerrard will be going there focused. You know, he'll be up for it. He's a born winner. He's a natural leader, and he's with Villa now. He's Villa's man, and he's going to want to go there, and he's going to want to win. He's going to want to win. He's not going to roll over. Like you touched on, Luke Houllier. Oh my God, that was awful. That was one of the worst Villa games I've ever seen, because it was just a Houllier fanfare, like you say, slapping the Anfield sign, applauding all the stadium. It was about Houllier and Liverpool all game, and we just rolled over 3-0. But I guarantee we will not be rolling over this time, and we'll be bang up for it. So, like I say, no pressure, makes us dangerous. Looking forward to it.
Shithouse 1-0 win then.
Yeah, man. All day long, mate. Love a shithouse.
He's back.
He'll come back a Villa hero, let alone a Liverpool hero.
Yeah, I think given when we keep harping onto the manager change, but when he came in, I think the fixtures looked a little bit daunting, didn't they? Because we knew that City and Liverpool were on the horizon, with a couple of difficult games running up to that. And his first 2 games weren't no gimmies. And coming off the back of the 5 defeats as well, no game looks easy. But I think the way it's panned out with the 2 wins, and then we played City, it was you know, like Ryan said, it almost took the pressure off us. So we could put a good performance in. And then we came off the back of that defeat with a good performance, with a good win on Saturday. Sunday, was it? Can't remember. My head's gone. And then we now go and play Liverpool with 2 games after, which hopefully are what games he could win. So I think the fixtures have panned out quite well for him, to be honest. But I think we go there with confidence, like you've all said. There's nothing to fear from them. Yes, they're a very good team. Yes, they're packed full of players in form. But isn't that what football's about? Isn't that what about, you know, you want to go to these places? That's what coming in the Premier League was about. And Gerrard, like you say, he will relish. I'm sure he'd want to play these games every single week. He just wants to play against the best and test us and test the players against the best. There's only one way he'll find out about the players he's got, and that is to play against the best teams. So Saturday, he will be up against probably one of the best teams, the best form teams in the country, if not Europe, if not the world at the moment. So he'll have his work cut out, but you know, he's proved already that he's very astute to what he's doing. He sets them up well. He reacts very well. His substitutions have been all on point. I think someone said the other day that most of the substitutions he's making are probably what we would do, and I think that's always a good sign when you think, oh, I'll probably take him off now and put him on. Not that we know what we're doing more than he does, but they all make sense. You know, the Tuanzebe substitution coming towards the end. You know, I haven't seen a Villa manager do that for a long time. Stick another defender on the back just to shore it up.
You want to watch me on Football Manager then? I'm creative.
What, you go six at the back there?
I'm creative. I think I went down to 10 men the other day. We had 3 up front.
You know what I mean? Went for it. Rotherham away. To be honest, I just think I can't wait for it. You know, yes, it's going to be very, very difficult. And if we get anything on there, I think we'll all be over the moon, you know, if we get a point. But I think we've got to take a little bit of heart from what Wolves did there, to be honest, against Wolves. You know, they made it very, very difficult. Yes, they rode their luck and they defended extremely well. They put their bodies on the line, and to beat or to get anything from Liverpool, that's what you've got to do, because they're going to create chances. We know they're going to create chances. I'm totally with Kay. I think one of the things he keeps saying after the game, well, that's 2 or 3 games, is we haven't started that well. So I think that's something they'll be working on, because if you don't start well against a team like Liverpool and they get an early goal, then you can just get run over by them. You know, it could get a bit embarrassing. They could do that to anyone. So I think we've got to be in it from the first minute. We've got to be competitive from the first minute, and I think we will be. I think we can hopefully go there and get something. That's what I'm pinning my hopes on. If we get a point there, and then with Norwich and Burnley coming after, we really could be in a fantastic position come start of the new year. So what's not to like? You know, Villa are going to Anfield. Let's give them a game.
Yeah, I think
I wouldn't mind being a fly on the wall in the dressing room at half time as well, because whatever he's saying at half time is completely inspiring, isn't it? Because they're coming out firing their belly.
They are.
Well, we've had this problem for a while, haven't we? This first half thing, you know, there hasn't been that many times over the course of the last few years where we've put an absolutely amazing 90 minutes in. It seems to be that we're a second half team at the moment. So hopefully you can put that to bed and start performing when they come out.
Yeah, spot on. And like you said, just in though, you looked at December, it doesn't look too bad now, does it? I think after Liverpool, we've got Norwich, we've got Burnley. I watched Newcastle v Burnley, I think was the other day. Burnley were awful, absolutely awful. And I watched Newcastle v Norwich. I thought both were terrible as well. So should get some points there, should get some good points. So we go to the thoughts of the viewers and listeners. Oka's put undoubted media circus around Stevie G. Anfield should take pressure off the players, and he's put an away win. Plaza's put it's a free hit. Play our game and we won't be far off. I'm going exciting 2-2. The main man, Red Pepper, has put Watkins to get the winner second half. Villa back door will be locked tight. Steven Gerrard will let Tyrone know he's on his thoughts at half time for sure, and will be battered and bruised at the final whistle, but victorious nonetheless, 1-0.
Yes.
We've got Pete Wilkes. Got 2 words from him this week. Narrow defeat. 2 words.
Narrow defeat.
I know he's
what you doing, Pete?
Back on form, isn't he?
He's going in depth though these days. Ash Worthington's put stick with Young at left back or bring Tiggs back. What do we feel like?
Target back.
I think stick with Young.
Do you? Okay.
I think, stick with Young for his experience. I mean, he's been pivotal in the success so far of Stevie G's reign. He's been not only in the dressing room, but when he's come on and he's been on the pitch and he's playing wherever he's told to play, right back, left back, centre mid, wherever he's playing, I've seen him. He's got fire in his eyes. I'm telling you,
he's almost like having a second captain on the pitch, isn't he? You can see the players looking up to him. You can see him whenever anything happens, or there's like an incident, or the ref does something. He's always in the middle of it, isn't he? Chirping away, and I think that's his experience. It helps.
Did you see the clips of the Everton game that Villa were circulating on social media?
No.
The 3-2 when we beat him at Goodison.
Oh, the
Ashley
Young in his prime. Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
how many years ago that was?
Poor
13 years ago.
Wow.
Crazy.
I remember sitting in the pub with my granddad watching that when I used to live at my mum's, like years ago.
He looks no different. He still looks as fit as a fiddle now. Crazy.
Less of a neck now, and he's just got less of a neck.
Yeah. He's grew into his neck.
Yeah, but I think his experience, like I said, I saw him kind of giving it back to the Leicester players when they were trying to cheat and when they were fouling. Was it Chuck Wamaker when they fouled him towards the end of the game, and Ashley Young was like coming in, giving him what for, and Tyrone had to hold him back. I love that. I absolutely love that. He's almost taken on like a father figure role for the younger players.
I loved his little cameo the other day as well. Chukwuemeka. He showed a bit of swagger, didn't he? And you know what? He showed a bit of maturity when he was going down after them tackles as well, and biding time. So I've been quite impressed with Chukwuemeka since he's been coming on.
Sanson as well has had a couple of good cameos as well, getting some minutes under his belt. So it's good to see. Good to see.
Yeah, but what he's doing as well is he's utilising the whole squad as well, which is good. It's not
when you play at that fast pace, you will need that, won't you? That's why you see Ramsey come in, come back out. I think when you're playing with that intensity for 90 minutes all the time, it's hard for them midfielders. So the rotation he's got spot on at the minute, and if he can get Chukwuemeka and Sanson up to speed as well, where they can put a 90-minute shift in as well, it's I cannot believe we've got so much competition in midfield now. And 6 weeks ago, you would have said that's our weakest point. Now it's looking like our strongest point. It's phenomenal the change in the middle of the park for us in the last.
There are Chukwuemeka and Sanson, a couple of big units as well. When they come on, they really make a physical impact on games, especially when they come on the last 20 minutes, and you maybe are tiring a bit. It's good to have that physical impact in the middle of the park.
Yeah, to be fair, it's that the 4 games we've been quality. Higher than my expectation. How I thought Gerrard would come in. I thought, it probably would be a bit of a struggle to get going and get that momentum. But 3 wins out of 4. We're sitting 10th in the league now. It's sort of like reset it all now, and the ambition now can change a little bit, can't it? I think we don't need to look down now. We can focus on playing our football now and looking up that table. And to be fair, we're probably where I thought we'd be anyway now, around 10th. I think. Where do you guys feel like we can go this season?
I think
it has. Sorry, Kay, go on.
I was just going to say. I think we can improve on last season. 8th. That's what I'm thinking. 8th.
Yeah, I think it's been really good, but it's been far from perfect. And Gerrard said that after every game. He said there's lots to work on. Like we were saying, we've had brilliant second halves, average first halves. So I think we're only going to improve and get better. And if that's what we're doing when he's only just come in and hasn't had long to work with them, what we're going to be like in a month's time, 3 months' time, 6 months' time, next season, when he's had a full pre-season to work with them and he's got 1 or 2 players in. For me, we're going to be much better off than we were last season. I think 8th. I think 8th is a very good position, possibly a bit higher if things go really well.
Ryan, your final thoughts before you depart?
Yeah, I'm with the lads as well. I'm looking up. We're 10th place now, and I'm looking up high. But I know we got a bit of it's a rough draw, but we drew Man United away in the 3rd round of the FA Cup again, 5 times in 20 years. That's a shocking statistic. But I'd really like to see us go full strength against United and really have a go at the FA Cup now. We're mid-table, and this is the perfect time for us to have a good crack at that competition. And I fucking love to see us win the FA Cup.
I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah, I'd love it
if we beat them.
Kev.
No, but as well though, we should be going for the FA Cup every season. We should be going for the League Cup. I was really disappointed when we threw that Carabao Cup against Chelsea with that lineup. There's only 2 competitions that we are realistically going to win, and they are the 2. So for me, we should be going full strength every single time.
But it's a good time to play Man United in its 3rd round because they're going to be in the Champions League still. They're going to be in Europe. So they probably won't go full strength. So if we go full strength against a weakened United team, they're not brilliant as it is. So I think we can definitely beat them.
Yeah, right. Let's get our thoughts then for Liverpool away. I've already said mine. I'm just going to go for a shithouse 1-0, and we'll go for who should we go for a scorer? Do you know what? Matty Cash. That's going to be my scorer. Ryan?
Oh, I'm going to go for a Desmond 2-2. I think we could be in for an exciting game.
Okay.
I want to go for a KG 1-1 with John McGinn to get the opener, and then they're just going to nick an equaliser like they love to do. But I think we're going to hold out for a draw.
Justin?
Oh, everything inside was battling not to say we're going to win. I don't know.
Liverpool have won the last 2 home games 4-0.
Okay, we're going to win.
They're averaging 3 goals a game, aren't they?
Are they?
So every single Villa fan on this screen said they're not going to score more than 2.
Sod it. 2-0 Villa. Who cares?
Let's
do it.
Standard. Right. So thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe. We're close to 5K. Ryan, enjoy your holiday in New York
at
Christmas. We'll hold the fort for you. The videos will be out really thick and fast now. We've got Liverpool the weekend, Norwich Tuesday. Saturday, we've got Burnley. So you're going to be seeing quite a lot of us still. So let's hope we can rack up the wins and up the Villa.
Up the Villa.
Up the Villa.